both cars are completely different models. The iconic Aventador interior, guys, this is crazy. You still have the iconic start-stop button right over here. This is piece of history. And here we have it, guys. Today it's time to be comparing both cars. Right in front of us we have the 2024 model Lamborghini Revuelto. And on the right hand side, as you can already see, we have a second Lamborghini. Here in this case the Aventador SVJ. This one being the 2019 model. And today I will be comparing both cars. We'll be talking about the price, we'll be talking about the options and the car in general. But we will be also listening to the sound of both cars, and I will let you decide which one sounds better. So let's get on. Let me tell you more about the cars that we have here right in front of us. On the left hand side, the all new 2024 Lamborghini Aventador successor, the Revuelto. The Revuelto comes with the naturally aspirated 6.5 liter V12, but this being the first ever V12 plug-in hybrid. That's the main difference when you compare it with the Aventador. This one comes with 3 electric motors, 2 also sitting on the front and the third one on the transmission to boost the engine. But with the Aventador SVJ, we are just talking about the 6.5 liter V12. It's a naturally aspirated one, so it's actually almost the same engine setup. This one is highly modified, but the Aventador that we have here is the SVJ. Why am I comparing the Revuelto with the SVJ? Because honestly speaking, power-wise, price-wise, there's nothing to compare with the Revuelto. So at this point I have to mention both cars are completely different models. So the character of the Aventador is a complete different one. Here we are talking about the single clutch transmission. With the all new Revuelto we are talking about the dual clutch. So the drive is completely different. Yet again, you can drive this one in full electric, but this one, when you start it up, all you hear is the V12 rumble. Talking about the price, the base price for the Revuelto back in the days was around about 500,000-ish, and the Revuelto we are also talking about 500 something. I've heard 450, in between 450, 500, and if you spec it high, you will be ending up at 550 or even 600 without persona options, whatever. Both cars are amazing, and at this point I have to mention, I'm not making this video to be bashing or comparing or saying which one is better. I just really want to show you the evolution, show you the changes that Lamborghini had made to make the Revuelto an even better Aventador, but just character-wise they are completely different. The Aventador, the SVJ in specific, one of my all-time favorite Aventadors. When you just look at the front, the distinctive, the crazy looking face, I mean highly modified as an SVJ model here. But the Revuelto, when we speak about it, I mean this is just a base model, but looks extremely crazy. Sharp edges, the design philosophy is out of this world. And when you have both of these cars standing next to each other, I have to say I kind of like the Aventador more because it looks extremely aggressive. But yet again, I am a huge lover of the Revuelto, the front, the minimalistic design, also the brand philosophy and the way they position themselves by going this way, and just considering the fact that this is just a Revuelto. So maybe there's also going to be a Revuelto SVJ, Revuelto S, Revuelto Performante, whatever. Let's see what Lambo will show us in the future. Some things that Lambo never changes, actually the flying doors. As you can see, we also have them on the Revuelto. Let me just close this one. As you can see here, these are the previous door handles. So all you gotta do is move your hand through and then open up the door, the flying door here. With the Revuelto, all you gotta do is just push that button and lift the door up. There you go. You have both doors standing next to each other. And something very important that I have to mention is the entrance bar of the Aventador is so much more thicker. The Revuelto, there's no entrance bar. Back in the day, I always used to hit the side here whenever I wanted to enter an Aventador. Also with the SVJ is even worse here with the additional part there. But with the Revuelto, the entry is so much easier. As you can see, they've actually moved that bar right inside the door, which you can see here clearly. There you go. You have both doors next to each other, the Aventador entrance port. Let me also talk about the inside, the iconic Aventador interior. interior, guys. This is crazy. I mean, this is not a base model as we have the Revuelto here, but still the inside is special. As you can see here with the Aventador specific steering wheel, with the infotainment, the display is so small with all these buttons all around, the start stop button, the iconic one, really cool that they kept it. The Lamborghini initials, the dashboard, the shape in general is crazy. But when you just look at the Revuelto here, that's so sick. Just look at that, the latest generation Revuelto steering wheel here, flat bottom, the shape of the steering wheel in general. Back in the days I wasn't really convinced, but now I am in love with that. As you can also see, we still have the iconic start stop button right over here. We have less buttons, but then we have two more displays added, so the center display and the passenger display, and also the main display here. The shift pedals here, still solid carbon fiber finish. The seats here in general, these are the base seats at this point, I have to mention. With the SVJ, as you can see, the full carbon fiber seats here with the design all around, even the floor mats is crazy. How do you guys like it? Please chat in the comment section below. Let me just open up all the doors and show you everything. So that's how both cars look with the doors up. This is piece of history. Honestly speaking, the Aventador is one of the best supercars money could buy, but Lamborghini has decided to make the Revuelto an even better version of it. So it's even easier to drive, it's even easier to enter, and as you might have noticed, let me just close the door here. The Revuelto, maybe you can see it, spot it, the Revuelto is way larger than the Aventador, giving us so much more space in the inside. Maybe you can see it right over here. The entry is a bit difficult, but also when you have a coupe model, the headspace is limited. With the Revuelto, there is plenty of space. You can just see that by the seat setup here. With the Revuelto, it's so much more comfortable. The SVJ is like, yeah, it's pure, it's emotional, but yet again, huge fan of it. Here we have both keys. So this is the latest generation, the Revuelto key, and here on the right hand side, the Lamborghini Aventador key. That's a disgrace in my opinion, using an Audi key. The latest generation Revuelto key is just perfect. Just having a separate key for the Lamborghini in specific, this is something that people really appreciate and was really needed. I honestly needed to mention that. Which one do you like more? Honestly, this is the exact same key fob that Audi uses. This one is the Revuelto specific one. And here we go. Here we have both rears. On the left hand side, the Lamborghini Revuelto rear, and on the right hand side, the Aventador SVJ rear. And at this point, I've also chosen both cars because they have a lot of similarities, but some things that I really have to point out. First things first, the exhaust setup. So we have two exhausts sitting on top, with the SVJ also sitting on top, two round shape exhausts. On the Revuelto, we have some hexagonal exhaust tips here, but as you have a closer look, you can see there's two separate ones sitting on each side. It's pretty cool. The sound is really nice. We'll be showing you that in a millisecond. The thing is with the Revuelto, at this point, yet again, I have to mention it's a base car. So maybe in the future, we will be also getting Revuelto with this kind of rear wing setup with the SVJ. But anyways, still talking about the Revuelto, I have to say, as a base model, this looks absolutely fantastic. Also here you can see how they have improved the rear design with both cars. For example, back in the days they had this crazy looking rear diffuser, but now they've decided to go all in. So the rear actually looks two-parted, and this is my favorite and personal highlight when looking at the rear. This point of view, you can see you have the top and then the bottom, and then you can just have a closer look here on the Aventador. It literally looks like connected, like one single part, but then as you pay a closer look, you can see the rear diffuser here also looks like a single part, but with the Revuelto, the rear looks more extreme. You can also get the rear diffuser finished in carbon fiber ad personam, and I think in the future we will be also seeing full exposed carbon fiber rear diffusers with the Revuelto, I don't know, S, SVJ, SV, whatever. How do you guys like it, and which one do you like more? On this side, just sitting, I have to mention the wheelbase of both cars. You can see we have them sitting both next to each other, but you can here see that the SVJ is shorter in its wheelbase. They've given way more space in the interior. The SVJ, as I mentioned, not as comfortable sitting inside than the Revuelto. So the Revuelto, they made it so much better just for daily usage. Also here on the side, you can see the additional work that Lamborghini has added. And then here, these intakes, people really didn't like it. You see these kind of things. You had a lot of rocks inside. Lamborghini, yeah, they had to clear this issue and then They had these intakes here on the side. You can see the cooling, everything inside fully exposed. You will still find some small little rocks inside. But anyways, also with the Revuelto, we have a new wheel design. As you can see, the Y spokes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spoke, Y-shaped. On the right hand side, you can see we have a 7-spoke Y-shaped wheels here, full black finish. This is actually the past and this is the future. You can see these are even bigger in size, and the Aventador is a bit smaller. We have 21 inches here, and I think here, no, it's the same size, it's also 21 inches, but looks somehow a bit bigger than the right hand side ones because we have less spokes on the left one. It's crazy, right? What do you think? Also here with the center lock, we don't have that with the Revuelto. You can see also here on the front, you can clearly see that. Carbon ceramic brakes on both cars, you can see it's almost the same. Okay, but now it's actually time to be listening to the sound. We will be starting up the Aventador SVJ first, and I have to say the sound is amazing. 3, 2, 1, let's start it up, go. Crazy sound. The Lamborghini Aventador SVJ is one of my all-time favorite Lamborghini models. The sound is pure and crazy. What do you think of it? Rate it from 1 to 10 in the comment section below. So now it's time to start up the Lamborghini Revuelto. As I mentioned, we still have the 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12, but the sound is not as loud as with the SVJ. I mean, this is the purest form of the V12 at Lamborghini. Due to regulations and changes, yes, it's less louder than the Aventador, but the sound is still nice. 3, 2, 1, let's start it up. So as you have seen, when you start up the car, you can't instantly rev it because the engine needs a running time to get warm. And after a couple of minutes, the engine will be ready and then you can start to rev it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Crazy. What do you think? Which one was louder? I mean, obviously the SVJ, but the Revuelto, as I mentioned, is still a base model, and I think the next models coming on base of the Revuelto will be extremely loud. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Choose your favorite one. I think Lamborghini has done an amazing job improving all the negative things about the Aventador and made the Revuelto one of the best V12 super hypercars in my opinion. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you very much for Wilhelm for bringing up his car over here. Already looking forward to see you all again and wish you an amazing day. I will be back.